Well, it's Friday, first Friday in February, and I'm going to be heading back to Brisbane in a month or so's time. So looking forward to that. I think it'll be a much more successful trip than the last time, because I've got my own apartment. I made the booking through booking.com, so I know with certainty this is going to be reasonable, and it is a very good price I got. A little more than I paid for the other place, but only marginally more. And rather than being stuck in some pokey little room in a shared apartment, I'll be in South Brisbane, so I won't have to even get a bus to connect with the railway station. It'll be direct, so it'll be good, and it's a nice area, and there's some proper supermarkets there, and it's walking distance to the city, so it's perfect. So looking forward to that. Yeah, I didn't really like the Gabba area, a bit too built up for my liking, a bit too trendy. The places are overpriced, and it's a fairly youth orientated area. Not that South Brisbane wouldn't be trendy either, but at least I've got a good deal there, and I've got a couple of real supermarkets rather than just sort of the local supermarkets, which cost more. So that's going to be good on a practical basis. But seriously, things are moving so rapidly up here, and the price, I think, especially in Kawara, has gone up quite a bit. And I think that's because it was lower than the other beaches and there was room for movement. And now we've got properties on the other side of the Cook Highway that they're asking for low 700s for a place with the same number of bedrooms and bathrooms, and maybe even smaller block of land. It's just amazing. The boom in property prices here hasn't abated. It's still going on. So it was a pretty smart move. Not that I'm planning on selling. I mean, I'm going to probably die here, but it's just nice to know that that the value of the property has gone up, even if it will be a correction in a year's time when interest rates start biting and things. I think this is a good long-term investment, if nothing else. But I love living here anyway. Right, this is my first Guinness, gee, I don't know, 2-3 months, something like that, I'd imagine. The last last stout I had, of course, was my own brew, the Dockside brew, so it was quite nice. Didn't have a head like that though. That's got a proper head, so that's good. You know, it's funny going, I just dropped off the hospital, just had to have a test, and it was actually more stringent check-in requirements here than there was at the hospital. It's such a joke, this whole thing. Anyway, that's where I normally would sit right in the corner there. This is only about 12 o'clock and there's already a whole group of people taking over that section. So oh, it tastes alright, yeah, that's good. Just got to do some shopping at Woolworths and back to Kiwara, but it's good to just stop off and have one after so long. So I guess they're doing okay. But I mean, a lot of people coming here. You can see the planes coming in, so there are a few tourists around, and I'd say they're probably a tourist group that generally don't have locals getting together like that. But then again, it could be workers, who knows? But I'd say it's more likely they're travellers. But yeah, I had a discussion with the nurse about masks, and I think she's getting really shitty because she had one of those high-tech masks, and I said, well, mine's nowhere near as good as yours. And he said, as long as you're both wearing masks, we're fine. She just kept saying that, and I thought, I just wanted to make the point that it's just a protocol to both wear them. It's not necessarily medically going to help. Yours is much more effective than mine. No, she got crapped off with me, and I sort of thanked her for doing the procedure, but she just, God, some people, I don't know, really annoying.
Let's be honest. One of the questions is, do you get
anyway? That's going down very well. Oh, the other news is I actually planted some garlic and I didn't have high hopes that any of them would sprout. Just put some actual cloves in the soil. It looks as though at least one of them has properly sprouted, so I'm quite surprised at that, because apparently supermarkets will put a suppressing agent in to stop them sprouting. So, but if they've been in this sort of warm weather for so long in a fairly rich soil, I guess that can even be overcome. I'm only guessing. That may not be the case. It might be just a fluke, and it may not. Well, it looks like it's definitely sprouted. So it'd be good to grow my own garlic, because I use that a lot more than the ginger. But the ginger's going well too. So just learning a whole lot of tricks about growing this stuff, and I just need some big growing boxes. The big planters would be good, that are at eye level like that. Anyway, it's overcast day, but it's warm, of course. It's summer, and that's the smokers area, and it's empty. So these guys must be non-smokers. It's usually the other way around. You usually have more smokers than you would non-smokers. The barmaids looked okay, so that's improved by the looks of things, but I just don't come down here that often. It's not something I do. I couldn't. I was hoping to catch up with Lynn, have a few drinks after, because I originally had a 4 o'clock appointment for my test, and I changed it to midday. They gave me the option, but yeah, she's tied up with her son taking a movie or something, so school holidays start next week, so I might catch up with her then. I'm really looking forward to meeting up with the gang back in Brisbane though. That'll be great. So yeah, in March I'll be doing that, so it'll be excellent. Looking forward to that. But yeah, I don't really care much about the overseas trip at this stage. I mean, all the crap you have to go for. I think I want to wait till things settle down. They don't require sticking bloody probes up your nose every 5 minutes and threatening you with quarantine. It's just too much of a hassle. I don't think they'll get the tourist numbers back until they really relax this and start to treat COVID as endemic and another strain of flu. When that time takes place, yeah, the tourism can rebound, but I think maybe people are changing their travel patterns, and they are probably travelling more within Australia. I might be wrong there, but certainly personally, it was just good to have a trip. It had a beneficial effect, even though it wasn't as exotic as going overseas. It certainly shoves you, jolts you out of your comfort zone, makes you think about things more. It's just a good thing to do. Different surrounds. A bit of stress, sure. It was quite a stressful break because of the accommodation. I think this one's going to be a lot smoother. The booking.com, having my own apartment, my own balcony, walking distance to CBD, it just seems right. It seems like this one could go. And I will do things like I'll go to Aldi, which I didn't do last time. I regret that because there's no Aldis up here. And the other thing I'll do is I'll do the water taxi, take that and do a few other things. It's actually an island that you can go out onto, to a sand island. It takes about 45 minutes from the CBD to get a ferry out there. So I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll check out more of the area and I'll use my go-kart to get around. And I'd like to go up the Sunshine Coast too, of course. I want to catch up with Sid and Karen. I don't see why I shouldn't be able to squeeze out a day trip. It takes an hour and a half to get to the Sunshine Coast, and obviously an hour and a half to get back. But you still get a full day, and if I sort of got a 7:30 start, that gives me a lot of time during the day to explore. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, sometimes this happens with I had Guinness. It tastes quite bitter, and it definitely compared to the Dockside stout I made, much more bitter than what I'm used to. So, but it just depends. And sometimes it's just the first pint, and it's okay after that. But I'm not going to have another one. It's midday, and I just wanted to try it. And been there for so long, so that's basically the reason. But yeah, it's got got a very bitter aftertaste. Right, I'm at the bloody bus station. Just missed the Kawara Beach bus, of course. I've got about 25-minute wait. Come every half hour, so that's a bit stiff. But I had a feeling it'd be one of those days. Yeah, I went to Save. I went to Woolworths and went up to the checkout counter. And the girl comes up to me and says, "Oh, I can't serve you." I thought, "Well, that's great. This is a new system they've got. They tell you when they can't serve you." Luckily, someone actually did show up and serve me about a few minutes later. But bizarre. Yeah. Yeah, just a bit crook in the gut, so I want to get home as soon as possible. But it's supposed to be a Smithfield bus coming in a few minutes, but I think I might just hang out for the Kawara and go straight home. Like I said, Woolworths used to say they were the fresh food people. Well, I'm starting to wonder about that, because the baby spinach that was actually on the shelves is good till the 7th. It's the 4th today, so that's not really good actually. And the last time I bought it, it went off pretty well straight away. That was at Smithfield, so I've actually had better luck with Coles getting fresher greens, so it's a bit of a worry. Yeah, just heading off for my second summer ride. Today I'm going to head off to the local shops, and I'm going to pick up some rum. I haven't tried rum for years. Apparently the Malibu one is the cheapest, I think. It's about $35 for a 700ml bottle. I'll try it because you can mix it with tonic water, and I've got a crap load of that still, so what the hell. But like I said, this will be my second bike ride during this summer. The summer hasn't been that bad overall, I've got to say, but it'd be good to get out on the road. One of my tyres has already started to go down a little bit, the rear one there. Or is it the front? No, the front one more than the rear. I'll have to pump them up fairly regularly. Yeah, so that basically it's around 11 o'clock. It's around 10 o'clock when the Liquorland opens, and I'll get that done and see if I can get myself I might get the booster shot, the Pfizer booster shot. See if I have to pay for it though, because the local GP may not see me as a patient, but they do shots, so I'm presuming they're getting paid by the government to do that. Big surprise. So it's a financial incentive, but they won't take me on as a patient, which doesn't make me that happy. So I think the priorities in this country with medicine is a bit stuffed, and I know that there is a shortage of doctors up here, and they're going to try to do something about it, but how long that will take, who knows. Other thing is, I heard that there was talk about finally doing something about the insurance up here. It's been taking a while, because Morrison promised that over a year ago, I think, and apparently there's some movement on that. But again, I haven't seen my premiums drop yet, so still waiting. Car just pulled up and this dog went crazy. Bad timing with this introductory video today, but what can you do around here? It's dog city. Oh, that bloody dog's going crazy. Yeah, I just realised I didn't have my backpack on, but I did remember before I'm heading off this time, so at least I'm learning. God, listen to that bloody dog. Oh, it's crazy around here. Anyway, let's get moving. It's just going to get warmer as the day goes on. Right. Well, I survived the trip there. Got myself a $36 bottle of spicy rum at Liquorland. The 1 litre bottle of Malibu is $42, the best value, but the girl said it's got a coconut flavour, and if you want something more standard, you should go with something else. So I did that, and so basically, it was hard work getting there. By the way, the car that was setting off the dogs when I left was a cop car. You don't see many of them around here. You don't see ambulances, you don't see cop cars or anything like that. So that was unusual. Maybe the dogs had a bad experience with the police. Maybe the dogs have got a record. They're on the run on their four legs. Who knows? Anyway, it was a successful trip, not only for the rum. I also got myself booked in for a booster shot on Saturday. There's no charge for it. And the really good news is it looks like we're going to get a new GP for the clinic, and I'll finally be able to get on their books. It was funny though, because there was no one waiting to see a GP today in the waiting room once I'd left. So they didn't look overly snowed under, but you know, maybe they're doing other stuff, I don't know. But at least in a couple of weeks there could be another GP there, and I'll finally be able to use them as my local clinic, which will be great, because it's very frustrating moving to an area like this, which is fairly isolated, and not being able to walk to your GP, because I was very close. In Parramatta Park it was literally a 5-minute walk. Here it's about a 20-minute walk or a 10-minute bike ride. Whew, anyway, I made up for those packs of Doritos I ate the last 2 days. I hadn't had exactly the healthiest diet. I got them delivered with the Coles delivery, and I scoffed down 2 packs over the last 2 days, one each day. Very moreish, but not very good for the waistline or any other part of the body, no doubt, but they are very tasty. That's what they're designed to be. Anyway, I'll now get a cold drink and cool down next to the fan. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.